Hey Pat, this is Jesse here with Automat Washer and Supply. I'm going to show you how to program the coin acceptor and bill acceptor here for you on your Extractomat. So, first of all, you told me that we were looking at doing, let's see here, 3 minutes for $2. Okay, what that equals here is we need to know how many seconds that's going to equal and how many quarters this is going to equal. So this is going to be 8 quarters or pulses. And let's see here, 60 seconds for a minute. 60 times 3 is 180 seconds. Okay, so 8 pulses for 180 seconds. That's what we need to know in order for us, this combination of what we're trying to do. So let's come over here and first of all we take a look at, hang on here, I'm trying to get my thing set up. Coins to start. Okay. Coins to start, each coin is a quarter. That's the assumption here, right? And we're going to require 8 quarters or $2 to go ahead and start this machine. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and enable, you see where it says on here on the purple piece here. This is the on direction on this side is on this side of the micro switches is off. So we are on the coin on numbers 1 through, well, the first 4 up here, right? We'll need 8 coins to start, so that would be 1, 2, 4, 8. That would be the 4th switch. We're going to turn it to the on position, and we're going to make sure everything else on the first 4 are turned off. So that way it's going to require 8 pulses or 8 coins in order to start the machine. Okay, so now we have 180 seconds for 8 coins, but then it's going to ask us how many seconds per coin. So that is, it's 180 divided by 8, that is 22.5 seconds. So we're going to go ahead and program it for 22 seconds per coin. So as you can see where it says seconds per coin here, we need to change these so it accumulates to 22 seconds. So I'm going to assume we'll start with everything in the off position, okay? Just for simplicity's sake. For 22 seconds, it would be a 16 seconds is to the on. A 1, 2, 3. That's the wrong switch. Sorry there. 16 seconds would be the 4th switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th switch, the 2nd switch, and the 1st switch. So that would be 16 plus 4 plus 2, which is 22 seconds. So we're going to get 22 seconds per pulse. So 22 seconds per pulse, 8 pulses puts us at a second short of 3 minutes. A second and a half short of 3 minutes. So there you go. You've got $2 to start. And then you set your time here per pulse here. So we got it right now. We set it at 22 seconds, which would be the number 1 being on, the number 2 being on, the number 3 being off, the number 4 being on, and the rest of them also being off. Okay, that's on the second set of dip switches. On the first set of dip switches, we have all of them being off except for the 4th one, which would be into the on position, because we want 8 coins to start. So at this point, the machine will take quarters and operate correctly. Now, we haven't actually programmed the bill acceptor yet, but now you should be able to actually run it with just quarters. Now, to program the bill acceptor here, I'm going to show you here real quick. Is this going to fit? Let me see here. We have another set of dip switches here. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit for you here. Here is your bill acceptor here. I'm going to go ahead and take the stacker piece of it off so it can actually fit into my camera frame a little bit easier here, but we don't need to have that on there to program or one way or the other. You may find this to be a little bit difficult to actually get to, depending on if they put pop rivets into the machine or if they put carriage bolts per request. But either way, unfortunately, these dip switches are normally on the inside towards the machine. So you might actually have to pull the bill acceptor out in order to program these dip switches. So if you take a look here on the side here, you'll actually see what the different switches mean. Switch 1 and 2 determine which directions the notes are going to be accepted. Means face up, face down, left or right, right? Essentially, I just usually put 4 ways because I don't care which way they put the money in normally, just as long as it takes money, that's what we care about. So that's why I usually go with the 4-way in regards to this. We want high acceptance on here because, let's be honest, not too many people are going to be forging $1 bills, so we're just going to take high acceptance here, right? So, and that's what we're looking for. Here's our options. We can take set it to take either 1s only, 5s only, 1s and 5s only, or 1, 2s and 5s. So in this circumstances, since we're only taking $2, we're going to set it to take only $1 bills. Okay? On the other side over here, you'll see we have got harness enabled or always enabled. Since this thing doesn't actually have a harness in the traditional sense of the word, this is always enabled. It's not harness enabled, it is going to be always enabled. We have 4 pulses per dollar because that's what we programmed our timer for, was 4 pulses per dollar. And we are under a vending interface, not a video game interface. So if you'll take a look here, what we want to actually program these things to would be pin 1. Okay, here to take it. Pin 1. Pin 1 is the first one up here, and all the way down to pin 8, which is on this end. On is on this side on this one, and the off side is on this one on this side, as you can see by the nomenclature. So what we're going to have is pin 1. Actually, we want everything into the on position except switch number 5. So everything goes into the on position. My fat little fingers just can't get that last one in there. There we go. Right now, everything is in the on position, and I'm going to turn number 5 into the off position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the off position. Okay? What that does is it allows us to only take $1 bills. It allows it to go 4 different directions, face up, face down, forwards or backwards, either way. It allows us to always be on instead of harness enabled. That allows 4 pulses per dollar, and it allows a vending interface. So there you go. That should do it for you, my friends. That's going to give you 4 pulses per dollar. And coins, or 4 coins per dollar. This is what we got. We're going to have at least $2 to start because we're going to have 8 pulses or 4 quarters. And we have for each quarter that's put in, it's going to be 22 seconds. So hopefully that answers your questions. It should program everything up here for you. And if you got any questions, just give me a ring, Pat. Have a great day and Happy New Year.